A dinner that always pleases in my house is barbecue. Delicious savory meat cooked low and slow with all of the sweet, smoky, and tangy flavors you love, plus side dishes that are simple to make but deliver on taste. Today, we're making barbecue pulled chicken with corn on the cob and sauteed green beans, and you can do this in your own kitchen. I'm Josh, and this is What's for Dinner, Dad.
We'll start with everything you need, just as we always do. I know it's a lot, but check the description for a list. First thing we'll do is make the rub for our chicken. So in a bowl, combine brown sugar, salt and pepper, paprika, cumin, ginger, and a pinch of cayenne pepper, and then whisk to combine. Once your seasoning is combined, go ahead and generously sprinkle it over your chicken. You'll want 4 to 5 pounds of chicken thighs and chicken legs. I think they work the best, they have the best flavor. If you'd like to use breasts, that'll be fine. Once you've seasoned the chicken, we'll make the barbecue sauce. In a medium bowl, we'll add ketchup, molasses, you can substitute honey for this, Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke. Start to stir this up here as you add in your whole grain mustard and half of the apple cider vinegar that you've got. Finally, a teaspoon of hot sauce. For good measure, any extra barbecue seasoning that you have from the chicken, you can add into the sauce and whisk it up until it's combined just like that. It's time to cook the chicken. You're going to preheat some oil in a Dutch oven over medium-high heat, and then add your chicken thighs skin side down. Make sure also that you've preheated your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. It won't take that long, so if you don't do it right away, it's not the worst thing. Once the oven's preheated, go ahead and trim the tips of the husks off your corn and slide it into the oven right on the top rack with the husks on. You can let them cook for about 45 minutes. So we've browned one side of our chicken thighs. We're going to go ahead and flip them over. We've got some good color forming there. Remember that there is sugar on this rub, so it might burn. You want to make sure that you don't have the heat too high. Once you've turned the chicken, it's time to dice the onion. Slice it across the middle and then down the ribs. And then dice the onion and add it to the bowl. Now that our chicken thighs have browned on all sides, we can remove them from the Dutch oven. Remember, they're not cooked entirely through, and that's okay. They'll have plenty of time to finish in the oven. With our chicken thighs out, it's time to add the chicken legs. Using the same process, we'll put them in, make sure that they get browned on all sides. After a couple of minutes, we'll flip the chicken legs over. Once again, they've got good color. Remember, there's sugar in the rub, so don't let them burn. Now that we've got browning on all sides of the legs, it's time to take them out as well. And add our onions to the pot. Go ahead and stir these onions around with a wooden spoon and scrape up all the brown bits from the bottom of the pan. Cook your onions on medium-low heat for a couple of minutes. If you need to add a little chicken stock or water to help you deglaze the pan, that's fine. Make sure it's all scraped up and your onions look like this. And add the chicken back to the pot. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to add some bourbon to my pot with the burner turned off. Once I've added all the bourbon, I'll turn the burner back on and ignite it with a lighter. The flames are burning off the alcohol, but reducing the flavor of the bourbon to something really sweet that's going to add a lot of flavor to my chicken. Be careful when you do this. I've moved my pot to a spot where there's nothing flammable above it. Once the flames die down, you'll add chicken stock and your barbecue sauce to the pot and make sure that everything's covered nicely. Then put the lid on and you're ready to put it in the oven. The chicken's going to go in a 300-degree oven on the bottom rack for 30 to 45 minutes until the chicken falls off the bone. While the chicken in the corner in the oven, we're going to start our green beans. We'll smash 2 cloves of garlic and peel them. Then we'll mince them up really fine. To a pot of boiling water, we'll add 1 pound of green beans. If you've got a basket like this for pasta or steaming, it works really well, or you can use a steamer basket like we did for the broccoli in our grilled chicken episode. Cook the green beans for 3 to 4 minutes until they turn a vibrant green color. Next, you'll add some oil to a pan over medium heat. And once the oil's heated, add your garlic and cook gently for a couple of minutes. Then it's time to carefully add your green beans to the pan. Hit the green beans with some salt, a little more, and some freshly ground black pepper. Sauté the green beans for about 5 minutes with the garlic until they are tender but a slight crunch remains. My corn was ready after about 40 minutes. I took it out of the oven to check and make sure it was soft, and then I let it cool before I removed the husks. The green beans are done, so I'll add them to a bowl, just gently scrape them in. Don't worry about those 2 on the counter, those are for the chef. It's been 45 minutes and my chicken is done. I'm going to carefully remove it from the pot because it's so tender I don't want any of the meat to fall off the bone just yet. I took a ladle and skimmed a good layer of fat off the top of my cooking liquid. And now it's time to pull the chicken. You might want to wait until it cools a little more, unlike what I did, but you'll just take a fork, pull the meat right off the bone. It should come off pretty easily, and then use 2 forks to shred it up. When you've got all your shredded chicken, you're going to pour it back into the cooking liquid and stir it up and combine. My corn is cool enough to handle, so I removed the husks, and now I'm just taking some butter and spreading it over, and then I'm going to season it with salt. This is a very simple way to make corn on the cob, but it's one of the best ways to eat it. And there you have it, our barbecue pulled chicken, cooked until it fell off the bone and packed with all those flavors you'd expect at your favorite barbecue joint, coupled with our roasted corn on the cob and sauteed garlic green beans. If you found this episode helpful, saw something useful, or want to try a recipe, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow on social media for updates and to ask questions. I'm Josh, and this is What's for Dinner, Dad.